Welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. I have got a guest on today, Mr. North American Liberty Outpost. I like to have anybody on at any time, man. If anybody does want to come on the show, feel free to reach out to me. We'll have you come on. You could talk about anything that's on your mind. And yeah, man, it's greatly appreciated too. It gives me I can figure out who everybody is, man, and we can start building more relationships. So, with that being said, we have Mr. North American Liberty Outpost. And we're going to talk about a couple things today. One specifically being the Mike Tyson fight. And just how I don't know, man. It just seemed really weird to me. You got any what's your thoughts on that, man? What are your thoughts on the whole thing with the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight?
Yeah, the whole thing is just a money scheme. I mean, they wanted it to happen just so they can get viewers and more people to watch boxing. It's just same old shit.
You know what
Uh,
it reminds me of? Bread and circuses in the Roman Empire to keep everybody distracted while fucking we are literally on the cusp of World War III. They're like, oh look, a young dude beating the shit out of a 58-year-old man. Let's all watch this. Fucking watch him get absolutely fucking shit on. And it's just crazy too, because like, man, like the highlights I saw were like pretty rough, dude. It was just an old guy getting laid into. And quite honestly, like I really thought, like, dude, I saw some footage of Tyson like doing the sparring shit with somebody. Bro, it sounded like hand cannons going off, like good, 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 good. So I thought he was gonna come out there and just absolutely light him up, dude. I really did. I thought, I mean, it's Mike Tyson, son. I was like, he's gonna kill him and then rip his ear off and spit it out on the floor or some shit, you know? That's what I was.
yeah,
I was ready for that. I was like, come on, man. Like, let's see, get our money's worth here, bro. But of course that didn't happen, unfortunately. But yeah, man, I don't know. It looked like a pretty big humiliation ritual with Tyson, man. And not only that, bro, they had him walking around with his ass hanging out on camera. I don't know if you saw that, but I was like, bro, what?
yeah.
Why? Why? I don't understand the premise behind having him. So I'm like, this has got to be humiliation ritual, right? It only makes sense to me. So, but yeah, man. You got anything you wanted to talk about? Just anything, man. Like, was there something that's been on your mind with like the Trump cabinet being chosen, any of the Israeli connections there, Pete Hegseth, Matt Gates, that's another one that's pretty crazy. You got any thoughts on any of that stuff?
I'm just waiting for everything to unfold, man,
Mm-hmm.
I already have my theories about it, but you can't exactly talk about it on YouTube or anything like that.
Really interesting. And let me try and draw a little bit of that theory out here. So what are you thinking? Just like the collusion of them all being connected to Israel and stuff like that, or different?
It's stuff like that and possibly more.
And possibly more. You have piqued my interest, sir. For the sake of let's hear it, man. Like, I mean, if you want to go there, dude, we'll edit it out or whatever, man. Like, what are you thinking, man? Let's hear your thoughts, dude. You've got some really good thoughts. Like when you leave comments, man, they're well thought out. And I appreciate every time you leave those comments, by the way. But what are you really thinking, man? Let's dive into that.
Well, Israel is known for having one of the most well-rooted intelligence apparatuses throughout the world, and they infiltrate all of the main countries, the Western world, ours, and they manipulate information and they have agendas that they easily get done just by having that power to be able to move the the goalpost a little bit. But with this whole Epstein thing, it seems like there's more to that than anyone wants to let on, you know,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
it's a whole thing going on behind that, and he was
Mm-hmm.
just, I think, the tip of the iceberg. And if you got blackmail of that sort on powerful people, there's
That
no
high up.
telling what you can do.
Anything. You could do anything, dude. And that's what freaks me out, dude. Because listen, I am pro Trump. I am will always be pro Trump. I'm a Christian, and like that's where I fit in as a cog, right? I'm not gonna claim the left, right? Like there's just
Yeah.
no shot at that, man. Like because they're fucking so detached from anything I believe in. There's no way I can do that. So I'm on the right, but there is a chance that they got dirt on him too, and he's one of their puppets, man. I'm at the point where I'm so black. I'm like so black pilled about everything. Just I think they're all in on it. Like at this juncture,
Yeah.
man. And
He's a
Mossad,
billionaire. Like, he's gotten up to some shit in his life.
fuck
He's
yeah,
had
dude.
to.
There's no way around it, man. You don't become a billionaire, in my opinion, unless you're allowed to, right? Like they
Yeah.
will, especially with like all the infighting and the saying, "Oh, it's just business, bud. It's just business. Don't take it personal," right? I mean, it's such a cutthroat industry, and for you to get even like Elon Musk. This is why I'm so skeptical of Elon Musk because it doesn't add up to me. Like, who the fuck is this guy who's the richest man in the world and doing the craziest stuff? How?
Well, all of his projects, the fucking World Economic Forum themselves would approve of all that shit. He,
Absolutely. They're
he's
his,
the
they're
extension of the
it says
government.
their wet dream, son, you know?
Yeah.
And
He's
here we are taking the bait. Like not us taking the bait, but most of people are taking the bait, man. Like,
it's
dude, let's
because
think.
it's so easy. I mean, you
It
want to
is
believe it.
totally.
I mean, you really do.
Oh, I want to like wholeheartedly, really want to believe that like they're gonna save America. But the other part of me is like, dude, it's too good to be true. Like it just something doesn't sit right. And then not only that, like the election was so weird, dude. Like
Yeah.
it
Like they
was,
cheated like hell and they still lost. It was
yeah.
kind
And
of
then you
weird.
gotta wonder, man, like, did they just let them win because they're okay with their agenda, you know, or they're gonna put Trump in power because they know we're going to World War III, and they know for a fact people would rather die than get drafted by the government under the less regime. Like I would have literally done. I didn't care. I would have gone to Mexico. We would have packed up shop and left, dude. And I straight up like we thought it was on. It was like right there. I was like, we're going, bro. And but then now we got Trump in. Does that change everybody's tune on a draft? You ready to go fight a banker's war, brother?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna make the military more powerful. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
and he's doing that because we're about to go to war.
Absolutely. And then not only that, he always, so I don't know if you know this, as of today, we officially hit $36 trillion in our deficit. Woo! Huge news, guys. We are
Hmm.
absolutely financially fucked. So there's that. But it's gonna be more of the same. Like, yes, I support I listen, I voted for Trump, dude, because the alternative was a nightmare. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
but with that being said, I know that he's going to further increase our deficits. I know that more than likely, like they're going to collapse the economy on him. Um, for sure. I mean, there's just there's no way they're not going to collapse. I didn't see any path out of the economy not collapsing. It didn't matter if it was Kamala, it didn't matter if it was Trump. I really genuinely believe it since 2008 it has been an upward trend. And you can't have that. Healthy markets go up and down, right? You don't just have something go straight up until it falls off a cliff. That's how that works. So I
It
think
should have collapsed in 2008 and they didn't let
even
it. That's why we're in the problem now.
exactly, you're 100%. We should have took our knocks in '08 and really took the pain, man, because it's gonna hurt. Like when this shit goes down, everybody living on the high horse, like it's gonna be very painful, like in the sense, like financially, people are gonna lose. You're gonna see people lose everything, their houses, their cars, their, I mean, when the market, and so, but that has to happen. We have to
Yeah.
flush out all the bad companies, all the bad loans, all the bad things that aren't healthy for our society, right? So with that being said, man, that's for sure coming. There's just no doubt in my mind, right? Um, yeah, dude. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy where this whole thing is headed, man. And I think the Trump bump is getting ready to come back down because, like, I don't know if you saw Bitcoin and all that is flying through the roof. Almost $100,000 on for a Bitcoin, dude. Just unbelievable. Uh, and then it's fake money, man. It's nothing. It's digital wazi and the woozy, dude. Like,
Yeah.
as a former salesman, they're selling make believe shit to people right now. Like, yeah, they're making money, but there's nothing tangibly there, you know? Like, at least with
Yeah.
gold and
It's
silver,
imaginary.
it's just as fiat, dude. Just as fiat
Well, look,
is, you know? So, what's
that's
your
the,
thoughts on Neuralink, dude?
well, hold on before we get a Neuralink.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, Crypto has got an interesting background because the NSA actually writ the programming for that. It was SHA-257 or some shit. But I've always kind of thought that maybe they made it so that they could launder money more easily because you can't really track where the money goes. And
I am
it was,
so happy you
they
mentioned that.
claim they claim it was made for decentralization of money, but if it was made by the same government that's controlling the money now, then who the fuck? It's just it's another psyop, I think.
Oh, it's a diversion. So I'm going to get into a long-winded thing here. So what I think it is it is a distraction from everybody pouring into gold and silver. Because typically when fiats fell, you always see all the capital rush into gold and silver. It happens every single time on a failing currency. Let's look at Turkey. When their currency fell, gold and silver went through the roof, right? Especially in a society like that where, like, crypto, they're not dumping their money into crypto. It's fucking fake to them, right? So they're
Yeah,
gonna dump their, maybe the higher echelons would, but with that being said, the public, they're going to dump their money into something that is real and tangible. Okay. So I think that they know the only thing that can defeat central bank digital currencies, which is Bitcoin, let's be real here, that's exactly what it uh, is gold and silver. So they have to stop people from putting their money into gold and silver desperately, desperately, because especially right now, because if gold and silver explodes right now, it will attract so much attention. Just like anytime Bitcoin comes up, you see articles about it. I don't even own Bitcoin, but I know what's happening with it because it gets shoveled onto my feed in one way or another. Oh, but the same thing would happen with gold and silver. And if that were to happen with gold and silver, it would literally destroy our economy overnight because silver's like the Achilles heel of our financial system. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It would just get too elaborate. But moral of the story is it's all a diversion. Now, with that being said, uh Kamala Harris's $1 billion, okay, that they spent on her campaign. Something doesn't smell right with me, especially with all that money going over to that place across the sea, Ukraine, right? It seems very suspect to me that they spent $1 billion in 3 months on a campaign, and then they were paying off all these celebrities, which I thought was illegal. I thought that you could not buy them onto a campaign stage. But I guess I could be wrong. I don't know, but I'm pretty certain it is illegal because they're going after Oprah for it right now. But yet they did it. So then it makes me think: was that $1 billion funneled out of Ukraine into her little campaign fund, and then they distributed it out to all the people uh that were fucking involved with pushing the narrative. They're getting their kickbacks finally, right? What do you think about that? Am I out to lunch here, or like does that sound pretty feasible?
Well, I got another theory about it, but I don't know if it'll get
Dude, let's
censored.
hear it. Let's go, dude. We're going there, man.
Well, Ukraine was actually a Nazi outpost after Nazi Germany raided it back in the 1940s. And
Trying
there
to
was,
Now that you
you
said the
might have
word, trying
seen,
to avoid the word.
oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. But we know now. We now know what you're talking about. So just don't say it moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because
All right.
it'll, the fucking algorithm, they're psycho and shit. So, but yes, keep going. I like where you're going. Keep going.
All right. Well, when they took that area over, that sediment from Germany was left there, and we've seen modern day flags with their insignias on it,
Yep.
and you've probably seen it on social media.
Yep.
But
I can't remember the name of the force. It was a legion. I'm gonna look that up. Go ahead and keep talking.
but I think the whole reason that they went in and did what they did with Ukraine is because it was still holding that sediment. It's basically like it's World War III,
Uh
just
huh.
like two, doing the same damn thing.
Yep.
But I think the people from Israel that now control Ukraine sent Kamala that money because she is by blood an Ashkenazi Jew. And that's been covered by Candace Owens. She went down her whole bloodline trying to figure out who her parents were, and they was all lies.
Azov battalions.
Yeah.
Azov battalions. Right there, son. And you're completely correct about that. And when this all happened, Mr. Booty Pie in the Russian area said that this is to stop the modern day Nazis. Okay. And that is why he felt so. Not only that, like you tie in the fact that somehow they're being protected by the US. Imagine, like, if what you saw was those type of people being protected by the United States when the original thing that played out was us stopping them. What the hell is going on? And yeah, man, no, that is very prominent. Like you, it's just like the people that went after Trump, right? Because they were told that he is a whatever, so in their mind, it's a modern day guy with the stash right there that they have to stop. They have to stop him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't, in my mind, I'm kind of like if I bought into that propaganda slash narrative, I'm not saying I would ever do anything like that, obviously, of course, but I can understand why they were so easily manipulated and taking into drastic measures in their own hands because in their mind it was actually life and death, right? So yeah, dude, if that whole thing is just absolutely sketchy, man. All righty, brother Wolf. With that being said, man, you got anything else you wanted to go over while we're on here?
I did cut you off at the Neuralink thing. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So it does kind of retrace us back to the beginning, but Elon Musk is their like dream puppet, dude. They get to have a guy in there who's going to essentially strip us of our ability to drive, put robots in everybody's house that will watch, monitor, and detect probably strong enough eventually to absolutely off us if we step out of line. And then on top of that, they're gonna put something in your brain. Like, bro, like, what do you mean, dude? Like, so like he's obvious. It is so obvious to me that he is not on our side, bro. Like that is their wet dream. But we are in a way so gullible because like we hope. We hope to almost to an extreme degree where like it's our own undoing. Like,
Yeah.
because like I hope Trump and them are gonna save us, but like pretty stupid thing to think when I know all the other shit, right? But guess what? I still hope, man. So, it's tough on that end of things, man. It's tough on that end of things, dude. So, but before I run out of time here, brother, man, we're gonna go and wrap this up, dude. If you guys can find Mr. North American Liberty Outpost on X as well, so if you want, run over there and hit this man with a little bit of a love and hit him up with a subscription. And yeah, guys, appreciate anybody who's tuning in and watching these videos. Means a lot to me, and also I greatly appreciate you coming on North American Liberty. And you guys have an excellent weekend and later on. All right.
Cool.